In the summer of 2019, I found myself at a crossroads. I was drifting through life, feeling a sense of emptiness and discontent that I couldn't quite put my finger on. I felt lost, like a ship without a compass, sailing in the vast sea of life without any clear direction. Then, quite unexpectedly, I stumbled upon a series of articles about the negative impacts of pornography. These articles were not preaching or moralistic, but rather they presented facts and studies that I found quite compelling. I was intrigued, not because I had a particular interest in the subject, but because I was searching for answers, for something that could possibly explain the sense of unease I was feeling. The more I delved into this topic, the more I realized how it was affecting me and possibly millions of others out there. My curiosity led me down a path I never expected to tread. I started to delve deeper into the world of pornography and its effects on the mind and body. What I found was nothing short of eye-opening. There was a profound impact that I had previously overlooked or perhaps ignored. I discovered that my motivation was being sapped. It was as if an unseen force was slowly draining my drive, my zest for life. I realized that my view of relationships was becoming distorted, skewed by unrealistic expectations and false perceptions. I was viewing people as objects, not as individuals with their own lives, feelings and experiences. But what struck me most was the increased anxiety I was experiencing. I began to draw on scientific research and personal anecdotes, finding that these effects were not unique to me. This was a common pattern, a shared narrative. As these realizations dawned on me, a sense of urgency took hold. I realized it was time to make a change. Change, they say, is never easy, but I was determined. The decision to quit pornography was a tough one, yet my resolve was stronger than the challenge ahead. The initial days were a battle, a test of willpower, but each day I abstained, I felt a growing sense of accomplishment. The journey wasn't without its hurdles. Temptation lurked around every corner. The urge to revert was often overwhelming. But I reminded myself of why I started this journey in the first place, and that kept me going. As the weeks turned into months, I began to notice a transformation. My mind was no longer clouded with unproductive thoughts. I found myself more focused, more present. I began to notice improvements in my mental health, and my relationships started to flourish. The benefits were becoming clear. I was starting to see the world in a whole new light. As the days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, I felt like a new person. The fog that had once clouded my mind seemed to lift, replaced with a clarity I'd never known before. Suddenly, I was seeing things in a way I hadn't before. Relationships began to mean more to me, not just as a means to an end, but as a connection between two souls. I started to value myself not for the fleeting pleasure I could gain, but for the person I truly was beneath it all. My view of the world shifted. I saw beauty in the everyday and the mundane. Every sunrise was a painting, every conversation a symphony. I began to cherish the quiet moments, the simple joys that life had to offer. Quitting pornography didn't just change my world, it opened up a whole new one. I share my story not to preach, but to inspire. You see, it's essential to be aware of the choices we make and how they shape our lives. The decision to abstain from pornography was a personal one, born out of self-awareness and a desire to create a better world for myself. I urge you too to consider the impact of your choices. It's not about judging or condemning. It's about understanding and making informed decisions. If you feel the consumption of pornography is negatively affecting your life, consider the power you have to make a change. This is not about creating a one-size-fits-all solution, but fostering a culture of self-awareness and conscious decision-making. It's about understanding that every choice we make, big or small, can have a profound impact on our lives. Educate yourself, be aware, and make the choices that serve you best. Remember, the power to change your world lies within you.